But this is a disgrace, and you ought to go after this Attorney General because she's turning off everybody from coming in.
That was Donald Trump attacking New York Attorney General Letitia James, the prosecutor in the New York civil fraud case that is currently in trial. Donald Trump has been continuously attacking the prosecutors like New York Attorney General Letitia James. He's been attacking the judge, Arthur Engoron. And then on Tuesday, Donald Trump attacked Judge Engoron's law clerk and posted a message on his social media platform putting her name out there, saying that she was the girlfriend of Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer, which is utterly false and defamatory. He then provided a link to her Instagram so that his followers would harass and attack her. That derailed the proceedings in day 2 of the trial. And special counsel Jack Smith is absolutely watching what is taking place, because in the federal case in Washington, D.C., where special counsel Jack Smith is prosecuting Donald Trump for his attempt to overthrow our democracy, federal judge Tanya Chutkan has set a hearing for October 16th, where the special counsel's motion for a limited gag order will be heard. The motion for a limited gag order has been briefed. Special counsel Jack Smith submitted his brief. Trump submitted his opposition. Special counsel Jack Smith has submitted a reply with additional threats made by Donald Trump. But the fact that Donald Trump is spending his time at the civil fraud case attacking the judge's law clerk, the judge, the prosecutor, the fact that a gag order had to be issued by Judge Engoron in the civil case, in a civil case, is definitely going to be brought up in the Washington, D.C. case. And here's the minute order by Judge Tanya Chutkan, the federal judge that was issued last week. This is a minute order as to Donald J. Trump, where the court scheduled a hearing on the government's motion to ensure that extrajudicial statements do not prejudice these proceedings on October 16, 2023 at 10 a.m. in the federal courthouse in Washington, D.C. So it will be very important for Judge Tanya Chutkan to learn that a gag order was necessary in a civil case over monetary damages, where Donald Trump could not conduct himself like a normal litigant and engaged in threats every single day. There is another lesson, though, that can be gleaned as well from Donald Trump's behavior. And I think this is important for Jack Smith to know. It's important for Judge Chutkan to know. It is important for law and order judges across the nation to know, which is Judge Engoron called Donald Trump into his chambers during the lunch break, as well as after day 2 of trial. And shortly thereafter, Donald Trump removed the posts. He stopped speaking with the press, and it went relatively quiet after all of the other threats that we saw. So the lesson here is you can't let him get away with this behavior. You have to confront these fascist bullies, because when you confront them, what actually turns out is that they're incredibly weak. And they're all bark, and then they want others to bite. They want to inspire stochastic terrorism while they stay out of it themselves, and they're in their safe spaces. It is important to call their behavior out and hold them accountable. That is a critical lesson from what we're seeing in the New York Attorney General case. So one of the filings we covered here on the MeidasTouch network, for example, in the brief that was filed by special counsel Jack Smith, he talked about the posts that were being made by Donald Trump that were threatening. For example, since the indictment, the defendant has deployed misleading and inflammatory statements about this case to undermine the confidence in the justice system and will prejudice the jury pool. They posted Donald Trump saying, "If you go after me, I'm coming after you." And then special counsel Jack Smith pointed out where Donald Trump attacked witnesses, wow, It's finally happened. Little Mike Pence, a man who was about to be ousted as governor of Indiana, went to the dark side. He calls him out. Here you have special counsel Jack Smith pointing out that Donald Trump called for the execution of Mark Milley. In a footnote, special counsel Jack Smith showed that Donald Trump claimed to have purchased a Glock that he was holding up, which was a violation of the terms of his release from the indictment. And then you have Donald Trump's lawyers arguing, and this is actually the brief that Donald Trump's lawyers filed, Trump has not intimidated anyone. The prosecution argues without evidence that it needs the proposed gag order to prevent purported intimidation of the prosecution, the court, and potential witnesses. This claim is meritless, Trump's lawyers argued in the federal case involving the gag order. It's absurd to suggest the prosecution and the court are intimidated by critical social media posts. That's how Donald Trump's lawyers refer to the threats that are made to witnesses like General Mark Milley, Pence, or in this case, what we're seeing, the threats that were made to the law clerk of Judge Engoron. So this is going to be brought up. And in addition, I think we're going to see posts like this where Donald Trump is also threatening Engoron, threatening New York Attorney General Letitia James. Or here's this clip where Donald Trump says that the judge Engoron should be indicted, that the judge should be disbarred. Here, play this clip.
This is a judge that should be disbarred. This is a judge that should be out of office. This is a judge that some people say could be charged criminally for what he's doing. He's interfering with an election, and it's a disgrace. Thank you very much.
And although this isn't a threat, just to show you how utterly delusional Donald Trump is, I mean, how unfit this person is, he's posting photos of himself with drawings of himself next to Jesus on the witness stand and saying this is the most accurate court sketch of all time because nobody could have made it this far alone. Folks, he is a charlatan. He is a traitor. He is a coward. He is a criminal. Do not mince words when you talk about the threat of fascism, the threat he poses. And now special counsel Jack Smith has an arsenal of evidence to bring to Judge Tanya Chutkan. And not only that, but there is an experience here that a significant amount of data and info can be gleaned that Donald Trump, when confronted by a judge, where the judge has come into my chambers right now, Donald Trump backed down. I think Jack Smith will be bringing this up. We'll cover that hearing here as well. If you want to make sure you're up to date on all of our coverage here at the MeidasTouch Network, hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. Support the growth of this independent media platform by going to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Have a great day.
At MeidasTouch, we are unapologetically pro-democracy, and we demand justice and accountability. That's why we're spreading our message to Convict 45. That's right, gear up right now with your Convict 45 tees and pins at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.